As we all know, it's possible to buy, sell or trade pretty much anything on the internet. But an ad on Facebook Marketplace placed by a young American woman, who I'm not going to name because of possible legal shit, has gone viral. Because in her advert, she states she's looking for a man to get her pregnant, but the list of requirements for the potential father of her child is... well, let's go through them. First up, the man in question has to be between 16 and 23 years old. And already this has caused a bit of a stir, because the age of consent varies across the various states that make up the USA. In some states it's 16, in others it's 18. So she's advertised to potentially have sex with an underage person. I thought I'd put that in at the start just to keep it light. The next requirement is that no father or potential father can be obese, and that's understandable. She's looking for the best genetics for her child. But I've been to the USA and already she's discounted millions of potential partners. The next thing she's looking for in the man she is seeking is that he must have blonde or at least light brown hair and be able to prove his ancestry is at least 75% American. Now forgive me if I'm wrong, but someone whose ancestry is 100% American will look like this. And because dark genes tend to be dominant, it's unlikely that someone who is 3/4 Native American will have blonde hair and blue eyes. I believe what she's trying to say is she's looking for someone who is at least 75% white. And that's okay because we all have our preferences. Her ideal partner must also never drink alcohol apart from communion wine. So there's another red flag. It sounds like she could be a religious nutjob. Also, he must never have taken any drugs. Any. That includes recreational and also prescription. So let's put all these pieces together. So the man she's looking for is blonde, young, fit, healthy, athletic, who can trace his ancestry to prove racial purity. That's almost identical to the characteristics needed for a young man in Nazi Germany who wanted to join the fucking SS. And we haven't got to the weird part yet. The advert states that the successful male applicant will not be paid for any of the natural breeding sessions. I think that means fucking. But that the man in question will have to forfeit all parental rights, sign a non-disclosure agreement so he can never reveal that he is the father of the child, and also agree that from the moment there is a positive pregnancy test until the child is at least 18 years old, he will send her 1/5 of his salary for child support. And that's left many people, myself included, wondering what's in it for the bloke. Okay, so he gets to have sex with her, but in effect, she'll become the world's most expensive prostitute. And it's sex just to get her tubbed, not for fun. Boring, run-of-the-mill missionary stuff. And when the chap hits his vinegar stroke, he'll have to blast his rice pudding up her flue. He can't ever finish there or there, on her I mean, I'm not going to be involved. And when it's confirmed that she is sprog farming, he can't then tell any future partner why he's sending 1/5 of his wages to some mysterious woman. People will think he's a fucking sex offender. So who in their right mind would give this lass a damn good ploughing? Well, in a way, I think it would be someone like me. Now, I need to clarify 2 reasons why this would never happen. Firstly, if you look closely, I fall just outside the 16 to 23-year-old age bracket by 2 decades. The second reason is my missus would go up the fucking wall. But let's assume the criteria were different and somehow I fit the bill. Now, Mrs. Disgruntled and I don't want children, so a few years ago I had the snip. Therefore, I couldn't get this self-obsessed American tart pregnant even if I wanted to. But she didn't ask about that. Now, in no way do I condone any sort of lying or deception in the bedroom. But in the advert, there's nothing about fertility. The agreement is she does not have to pay him for natural breeding sessions, and he doesn't have to pay her until it's confirmed she's got a bun in the oven. So to any young American Aryans watching, if you were born infertile or you've had surgery to make you infertile, there's a free shag going there. So if you are one of these young men and you fancy skiing down her pink run, maybe mix in the religious thing to keep it going longer. You could say to her, I've been knobbing you every day for a month and still you're fucking barren. What could you have done to have angered our Lord so? Or maybe say you've spoken to the priest and his advice is that you do some really kinky weird shit and live stream it. And I say that because I can't think of a more arrogant narcissist who needs taking down a peg or two. Because this advert was posted at a time when women in the developed world, in parts of Eastern Europe and even the USA, are being denied the most basic rights to govern their own bodies. Yet here's this cocky bitch who thinks she can demand that a man gets her pregnant and then pay for that child until the child's old enough to fucking vote, whilst denying him the right to be a father and denying the child the right to have a father. Well, that's fucked up, isn't it? I've got no way to end this video, so as ever, thanks for watching.